Now, I'd like to start off by saying I've been beat, maced, gassed, shot at, had pain compliance holds applied to, and even stink bombed by police when protesting around the world. I'm a firm believer, people, in our First Amendment right. I have, as you have, witnessed firsthand and or seen thousands of videos of police brutality, the militarization of our police force. But just as in most any groups, there are bad people and there are good people. So please always keep this in mind. Now, with what's going on in Ferguson and what has happened, do you really believe that Michael Brown was just standing there with his hands up in the air and this cop shot him 6 times in the middle of the street, and it was because he was black? Come on, man. We have to be real and know what we're protesting about. Now, from an audio of a video I saw during the aftermath of the shooting where they were showing Brown's body in the street, you can hear a witness in the background telling people what happened. He says that he saw Brown take off running away from the cop and then turns around and runs towards him. Now, by this account, which seems to be what the cop and some, over a dozen witnesses are saying happened, do you believe that if this guy had been a big old white guy, the same wouldn't have happened? Should the cop have tased him? I don't know, perhaps. I don't know. But one thing I have to stress is that we need to know what we're protesting. And to do so, we need to keep it real. I mean, it's a shame that something like this, that has been hijacked once again by the DOJ and twisted by the mainstream media to piss everyone off, no matter what side of the fence you reside, to get people motivated enough to take to the streets. I mean, just look at the divide and conquer involved. You have a side who opposes the militarization of the police, but support the actions against what they call thugs and animals. And then you have the side of the protesters, who for the most part believe that Brown was shot in the middle of the street with his hands up 6 times because he was black. And then you have the police, who are feeling that they have been demonized even more, which I'm sure, as a unit, they're not happy campers. I have an unpopular view, on this situation because it's all over the place. It's not confined to one extreme, so every side will probably give me the thumbs down, but I don't care. I feel that some of these things need to be said. I'm always glad when there are protests, but just want people to know what they're protesting about, and it seems to me that this is a bunch of pent-up anger about a system that's screwing us all over, no matter what color you are. But it's being used to divide us as usual. I mean, I've never heard of the DOJ openly sending people to help protesters except in Florida during the Trayvon Martin protest and in Ferguson. DOJ not wanting certain information to be released about the case. I mean, you had the mainstream media either posting images of Brown as a young kid in a game room or Brown the gangster. You had police fleeing while looting's going on the first night, and then cracking down, gassing, rubber bulleting, flashbanging peaceful protesters during the week to turn around on Friday, sit back, letting looters do their thing and letting it continue, using this as an excuse to send the military in by the end of the weekend. Now, don't you see, people? No matter what your theories are about what or what did not happen, they're using it to divide us once again. They corral us into taking a side or the other based on fraudulent information that they feed us, inciting a desired reaction, guiding and directing the outcome for their own selfish purposes. And you know what? It works. It does. Just look around. And as always the case, keeping us fighting each other, using it as a diversion for the things they've done or are doing around the world. I mean, in the end, they don't care, people. They don't care about us at all. They don't. Or else we would at least be an informed public, which we are not, and we never have been, because if we were, we sure wouldn't be fighting each other or blaming this race or this religion or that religion, but we'll be taken to the streets about the real cause of the world's angst. Just something to think about. I'm ChangeDaChannel, and I'm out.